Hi and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. Papillion recently was named the best place to raise kids in Nebraska. School Superintendent Rick Black and I give our thoughts on this latest ranking. And the city recognized the Employer Support Guard and Reserve organization. They support employees who are in the Guard or Military Reserve. And our Recreation Department offers dance classes. You'll hear more from the instructor. City Happenings for the week of February 18th is next.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Papillion has experienced many successes in recent years, and our great city can add yet another success to that list. The best place to raise kids in Nebraska.
This one's from Bloomberg Business Week, so it's still one of those national recognitions. And what they were doing is looking at every single state in the United States and picking the top place in that state. So that was the exercise. And we were blessed in Nebraska that we were named that. But as I look at it, we have great relationships between our, and I talk about it a lot, between our business community, our civic community, our foundations, our school district, the city, and the residents. And it just works. It just creates a culture and a healthy environment. And obviously the school district is an absolute key to that. They're doing a lot of innovative work, but they're sticking with fundamentals. Kids are learning well. We got great teachers. They've got creative programs, high education rates. The school district itself fosters a strong relationship with the business community through their best cooperative effort. The school foundation works with the other foundations. It just creates a great, healthy culture. So you take that strong school district, you take the strong cooperative efforts, you add the quality of life component that we have with great parks. We have volunteer organizations doing great sports programs. We have the aquatic center. We have the amphitheater. We have Walnut Creek. So you take the city components, the school components, the civic organization components, and the private components. It's just creating a great, healthy culture for families.
School Superintendent Rick Black really likes this latest ranking.
We do, Tori, and you know, the nice thing about it, as you and I were just talking about, is that it's not like the school district, the city leaders are sending out applications to all these magazines, all these publications saying, please look at us. It's because in our day-to-day operations, we're all going about doing what we think is right, and that's trying to do the best for our community, do the best for our kids. And the results of that are being seen or recognized elsewhere. But most importantly, we hope it's being recognized in our community, because that's where the biggest point is at. I think it's saying that all the things that we're asking them to do as students, as they go to learn from kindergarten through sixth grade through middle school through high school, it truly is preparing them for life after school, for whatever one they want to do when they get out of high school, whether it's world of work, military, community college, four-year college or university. It's that we're trying to get them the skills to be successful in whatever they choose to do down the road. And so I think that that's the message that it's sending to them.
There's a group that encourages businesses to support their employees who are in the National or Air Guard or the Military Reserve. The city recognized Employer Support Guard and Reserve.
My support of military in general is huge. This is a military community. We wouldn't have what we have, both as a nation, as a state, and specifically this community, without the military we have. But specifically in this case is the Guard and Reservist component. ESGR, Employer Support for Guard and Reserve, I believe is a group that's actually maybe not created by, but sanctioned by the Department of Defense. And there's an official liaison there. And one of their goals was how to support Guardists and Reservists, because if you're regular military, that's also your job, and your family is signed up for that. But if you're a Guardist or a Reservist, you have a different job. So you have a third leg in there. You've got your Guard Reserve duties, you've got your regular job, and you've got your family. How do you keep that balance? You work all day in your day job, then you go away and do another job, and the expectation is you still do your first job. I don't think a lot of employers appreciate the Guardists and Reservists. They just see these are people that go away for a period of time. What they do, not sure, but they just go away. It has just hit me how a Guard and Reservist has to balance their responsibilities to the nation as a military individual, their responsibility to their employer as an employee, and still maintain a healthy family life. And when I started thinking about how they have to maintain that, it started raising the awareness to me as an employer, both as an employer and a community, how much we need to support them in that effort.
Thank you.
They are great employees, but they're protecting the nation and they're doing a mission, and we want their family healthy. It just hit me probably in a personal way of how much we need to support them in that. Some of it give a simple thanks, but also realizing when they're away, I feel an extra duty to make sure that they have a good place to come back to. And that when they're away, they're not worrying about, do I have a job when I come back? So I just wanted to make a very public statement that we support our Guardists and Reservists, and the ESGR has a formal program for that. And so we just started a conversation, and they asked if we'd sign a formal declaration of our support, and I said absolutely, and I want to do it in a very public way. So they brought a retired general out. I think we had a retired general, we had 2 colonels, a lieutenant colonel, and a warrant officer, I believe, at our ceremony where we signed our public support for the Guard and Reservists. And at this point in time, it changes, but at this point in time, we actually have 4 employees who are Guard and Reservists. Every one of them has been deployed at least once. A couple of them have been deployed multiple times, and we were able to have 3 of them at the ceremony as well. So partially to tell them thanks, but also to tell the community we support our Guardists and Reservists.
The city's recreation department wants you to know about the ongoing dance classes for youngsters.
We offer 3 different levels of dance class for 3 different age groups, and they're basically an introduction to ballet. We focus on fun and movement. The kids learn how to improve their gross motor skills. They're working on basic ballet technique, basic terminology, and basically having a whole lot of fun. The kids, we start with age 3, and we go on up to around 12 here. And it's an ongoing thing. That's the thing with dance, that there isn't really a point where you're like, okay, I can stop now, I'm finished. There's always more movement that you can learn, there's always something else that you can do. And so basically with the little ones, we're just trying to get them interested in movement, interested in music and rhythm, and just enjoying exercising and moving. There are always new things to learn in dance, so there's not really an end product as such. Some of our dancers do performances. We've had dancers audition to take part in Nutcracker Delights, which is an annual production each Christmas time, and they've been casting roles in that, and so they've had a performance opportunity. So I guess, you know, that could be called an end product because it's a production where they go through and rehearse, and there's a final thing at the end. So that's a lot of fun that some of the kids like to do.
A big thank you to those who supported and attended the Papillion Community Foundation's Casino Royale night. It was a success and a fun night, but more important, the Tri-City Food Pantry was the big beneficiary. Stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can do that many ways. Find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And of course, information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.